Hello and welcome to this Yin Yoga class. This one is Yin Yoga for abundance and creating new intentions and new energy, while also reflecting on that maybe the year that's gone by behind you, or maybe even just the past week, as a means to reflect and let go of the past whilst welcoming in new energy and new manifestations for all that's coming your way in the future, while also anchoring in a deep presence for this portal that we're in this beautiful place here and now. Okay, so for the practice itself, just make sure you've got a quiet space where you won't be disturbed, and a yoga mat, some pillows, a bolster, maybe some blocks or blankets. Any props that you have at home like this are perfect. So if you even need to pause the video just to go find everything that you need, feel free to do that now. Otherwise, if you're ready, let's find a seat. So we'll begin together in a seated cross-legged position if this one is comfortable for you. You are more than welcome to prop yourself up using a bolster, sitting your sit bones upon the edge of that bolster or a block or cushion. Or if you do need to sit in another shape, totally fine, just listening to your body as much as you can. So we'll begin together finding an upright position, so lengthening through the spine. Begin to draw the shoulder blades back and down as you close down your eyes. And together we'll take a deep breath in through the nose, letting the breath empty out as your palms just ground comfortably upon your thighs. Now, if you'd like to focus more on grounding today, you can keep that palms facing down position of the palms, or you can take the mudra of palms facing up to feel a more opening and awakening of bringing new energy into your body, into your being in this moment now. So just taking the next few minutes as you sit here to just welcome in the breath, taking the time to welcome in a natural breath, a deeper breath, and an instinctive breath. So you might simply begin by watching the belly or acknowledging it as it begins to rise with the inhalation, witnessing that sensation of expansion which occurs with the breath in. Noticing the breath as it moves up higher towards the chest, the lungs, the upper back, and the descending nature of the exhale as it moves back down your being, back down the body, almost like you're anchoring it down towards the earth like a network of roots. Continuing to breathe in and out in this way. Inhale, the belly expands with the breath in, the chest rises. And exhale, grounding, descending back down like a river or wave, flushing back down the body. You might even liken your breath to a wave itself, to a wave that flows up towards the top of the head, and it crashes back down towards the tips of your toes. This constant presence, washing away any stagnation in the body, any debris, any stagnation in the blood or chi, and welcoming in new prana, energy or life force in its place. So we'll take 5 more rounds of breath here. Breathing in at your own pace now. In through the nose and out through either nose or mouth. Noticing this wave-like quality of your breath. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. Taking 2 more big breaths in. Long breaths out. Last one, inhale and exhale. Centering one hand, press your palm just directly upon your chest or heart space region itself. The other hand you might like to stack upon that bottom hand on your heart, or otherwise bring it down to the womb if you're a woman, the lower belly, dantian or hara, this region that is known as your solar plexus down at the stomach region. And beginning to close the eyes if they're not already, breathing into the sensation of your hands residing on your belly and your chest, your heart space. Noticing with this placement of your hands, there is an inward connection, a focus internalized toward yourself, a witnessing and acceptance of things as they are in this moment, a witnessing of yourself as you are in this moment. For this moment in time, not needing anything to be any different than it is, simply acknowledging the energy that you've showed up to this space with, acknowledging any tension that might be circulating physically throughout the body, acknowledging any busyness, frustration, or chaotic thoughts stirring or circulating within your mind, any worries, doubts, fears or concerns you're carrying today, any stress you may be bearing on those shoulders. Really taking the time to witness with full acceptance, with full awareness, things as they are. Witnessing yourself, all of yourself, as you are, as you've arrived. And I like to do this in this way of a complete full witnessing where all of you, every aspect, every tiny detail is welcome. Even the uncomfortable sensations are welcome in the space. And we begin to open the space with full acceptance, with full acknowledgement of ourselves as we are. We begin to really witness what it is we need from this hour of time of dedicated practice to ourselves. With this being one of the first yoga practices I've done in 2023, and maybe one of the first practices you've done for yourself in this way, you might just acknowledge any energy that you've carried over from 2022 or the year that's been before you, the past week, the past month, that's still occurring in your body here and now. You might just acknowledge any heaviness, any stress, any fatigue, if the body feels tired or lethargic, or if maybe you're still feeling a bit burnt out, like you don't have much left to give for this new year ahead. On the contrast, you might be feeling quite vibrant and quite open and expansive, but just acknowledging what's present for you, what's here in your body to be witnessed, accepted, and acknowledged. And we'll take 3 more big breaths with our hands in this placement, breathing in through the nose and just taking a long emptying sigh out the mouth. Big breath in, breathing into whatever is present, and taking a long sigh out. 1 more big breath in, breathe into what is there for you. And with this exhale, just doing your best to let it go. To give yourself that opportunity of a clean slate and to acknowledge what it is that you might need from this hour. If that is what you're carrying today, what would you like to rather walk out of this hour of practice embodying instead? What would you like to transform that energy into instead? If you could choose just one word, what would you choose it to be? And maybe this word is coming to you now, or maybe it will come up somewhere else along the way. One word of intention for this hour ahead, this week ahead, this month ahead, or maybe even this year ahead of you. Take a big breath in, a long breath out. Okay, from here, taking the right hand to your left knee and take the left hand all the way around and behind you. We're just staying in our seated cross-leg position and starting to open up into a big twist. Breathe in as you elongate and lift through the top of the head, and then exhale, gaze over that left shoulder as you continue to twist just a little bit deeper. And we'll take 3 more big breaths like that. Inhale, lifting from the top of the head, feel your spine elongate, almost like there's an imaginary string drawing you up from the top of the head. And then exhale, twisting or wringing yourself out like a sponge, looking over that shoulder behind you. 1 more big breath in, lengthen through the spine. And then exhale, twist. Inhale, draw yourself back through to center. The left hand finds the right knee. We gaze over the right shoulder. Take a big breath in as right hand stabilizes behind you. Exhale, twist. Inhale, lengthen through the top of the head. And exhale, twist. 1 more inhale. And exhale, twist. Draw yourself back through to center. And pressing up now onto all fours. So stack the shoulders over the wrists. The knees are hip distance apart behind you. And beginning to dome out through a cat-cow motion. So dome out the upper thoracic spine. Tuck your chin to the chest. Hug the belly in towards your rib cage as you engage your core and feel a moment to release and empty out. Breathe in as you drop your hips. Look up towards the ceiling or sky above and lengthen through the spine, finding an openness within the shape. Exhale as the shoulders dome out, the chin tucks to the chest and the belly draws into the rib cage, activating that core. Breathe in, drop your hips, look up, lengthen, open through the chest, opening through your body. Exhale, releasing, shoulders dome out, chin to chest, belly to ribs. And breathe in, drop those hips one more time, look up, lengthen and open. From here, find a neutral spine, so a nice long flat back, and begin to circle and stir into the hips. You might just simply shift your hips to the right and over to the left, circling side to side, taking this movement fast or taking it slower. Noticing all of the sensations down in the lower body as you start to bring your focus and awareness and movement down towards this region. Noticing any tension through the tissues as you maybe perhaps create a circular movement, circling figure 8 shapes down through the hips from side to side. Continuing to breathe and guide the energy which rides the breath down into these regions and tissues of your body. Taking deep breaths in and long breaths out. You might like to sigh it out. You might like to allow noise to occur with the exhales. Don't worry too much about the sound of the breath itself. Rather, just use the breath today as a means to shift and move energy. So any tension you're feeling throughout the body, you can shift that as you breathe and guide your focus and awareness down into those regions. It's as you move into the body, your awareness and focus moves to those places and moves energy into wherever you need it in the body. You might like to shift back and forth now, side to side, or stir all the way up into your shoulders and even turn or shift your neck side to side, allowing for free, intuitive movement as you work this cat-cow in your body. Just noticing how the body intuitively likes to show up, how it would like to move within the shape. And gift yourself 5 more deep breaths of free, flowy movement as you move and breathe into the body. You might even like to press up onto the palms and create a downward facing dog instead here while you pedal out the feet and deepen that stretch that runs along the back line of your body. Grounding through the fingertips, spreading through the palms, acknowledging the energy points even around the hands and fingertips. Rather than blindly dumping the support into the wrist itself, you've got this sort of finger pad like a little frog hand grounding you down towards the earth in that shape. Take 3 more big breaths as you breathe deeply down into the belly, almost filling up the pelvic bowl with air. And a long emptying sigh out. 2 more big breath in through the nose. Long sigh out. 1 more big breath in. And a long breath out. From here, just lowering yourself down into a wide knee child's pose. So take the knees just a little bit wider and sink your body weight all the way back. You can sweep your arms out ahead of you or just rest them down beside you. If you do have pillows or bolsters today, you might like to glide a pillow underneath the torso and turn the neck either direction to give yourself more softness, more support, and more of an openness in the shape. Breathing all the way up now into the chest, the lungs, the upper back, the heart space itself. Beginning to guide the breath into the upper body and then flush it back down towards the lower body. Noticing this breath, noticing all the sensations which accompany your breath. Noticing all the sensations which are present for you in the body here and now. You might notice if you want to soften the breath, how the breath ebbs and flows, how the breath changes with the different shapes you move into. Perhaps your breath has become more shallow, more soft. Perhaps there is a grounded energy beginning to move through the space, beginning to move through your awareness. And just taking about 10 more deep breaths as you just allow yourself to ground, to anchor in. Sometimes the first few postures of the practice can be quite busy mentally in the mind. We can notice that our nervous system is still quite activated upon entry, and it can take some time just to calm that down, to activate the parasympathetic response. And the parasympathetic nervous system is the nervous system that switches on when we begin to rest and rejuvenate and help the body to unwind, to help the body to release stress hormones like cortisol from the body. But it can take some time to activate this. Really wonderful ways to activate our nervous system in this way is to just deepen your breath. Ways to witness if you are still quite activated and your yang, more dynamic, more flighty kind of energy, is the mind will reflect that. So there'll be a lot of busyness in the mind. Maybe you've had a lot of busyness in your world, a lot of go, things to do, people to see, and no time for yourself, or no moments to stop, to slow down, to pause, to reflect, and to witness things as they are. And this practice will be different for all of us, no matter where you're coming from in life, what's occurring for you in this moment now. I hope it to be a bit of a reflection and a space where you can go inwards and have that portal of time and that portal of space to really access what's here and present for you, what's still rising to be witnessed, to be explored, and to be accepted within your body, within your being, and within your subconscious. So when we get to the end of the year, it's a wonderful time to reflect upon the year that's been, to reflect upon the lessons we've faced, the challenges that have occurred, as well as our triumphs and all that we've achieved and all that we've gained, and what we're grateful for what's occurred in the previous year. But I think that any time, like I'm someone who's quite an advocate to always be in reflection throughout life when you have the moments of stillness, through your practice, through journaling, through time in nature, to take that time out where you need it. And in the same way we do at the end of the year, in this big moment of reflection, you can do that at any time. So this practice is focused on this new year, creating new energy and abundance for yourself, but it's also a practice to just be in reflection and be in witnessing and acceptance of whatever it is occurring in your life, in your body, in your heart, in your mind, in this moment, exactly where you are. So taking one more big breath in and a long breath out. From here, just begin to press all the way up onto all fours, and then just wrap your legs around, and we'll come into our first rebound. So just flipping over onto your back, the feet are hip distance apart, the palms face up, and you're closing your eyes down, taking that moment of stillness, that moment of transition, that moment of reflection. Take a big, vast, expansive breath in through the nose, and a long emptying breath out. 2 more. Big breath in, long emptying breath out. Let it go. 1 more. Inhale. Whatever is busy in the mind, distracting you, let it go. Big breath in. And feel yourself once again fully arriving, anchoring, finding presence in this moment, here and now. Witness the sensations as they move and stir and circulate and shift throughout the body. You might bring your awareness down to the feet, the tips of the toes, and notice the sensations there. Noticing any lightness in the body, any tingling. Bring your focus back up towards the ankles, the calf muscles, the knees, the thighs, the front and back of the legs, the sit bones, your hips, the pelvis, up into the midline of the body, the lower back, the mid back, the upper back, the arms, the palms of the hands, the upper arms, the neck, the shoulders, the face, the jaw. Noticing all that you can experience here and now, all of the unique sensations, and witnessing them from a place of loving awareness and loving acceptance. And just taking a few moments with your breath to be here now. Taking deep breaths. Particularly if there is a lot of heaviness, a lot of tension or distraction within your mind, keep coming back to the breath as a portal back to presence, back here into the body. Breathing in whatever way serves you. In through the nose, out through nose or mouth. Noticing the release of the exhalations. And in this moment, you might again be in that feeling of reflection of all that you've traversed, of all of the lessons and the growth of this past year behind you. All that you learnt, all that felt hard or difficult, what felt brutal or maybe what felt easy. And what did you heal? What did you move through? What do you think your biggest lessons were from that past year? Just being here in a moment of reflection with yourself. And taking 2 more big breaths. As you just focus on letting go of any old ways. Letting go of any old habits. Letting go of anything that you're carrying through from that year that really doesn't serve you, that you're ready to release for good. Maybe this is a negative way of thinking, a critical mind, a limiting belief that you tend to hold. In the next few breaths, just breathe into whatever is holding you back. Breathe into it, take a big breath in, and let it go. Big breath in, let it go. 1 more big breath in, and a long breath out. When you feel ready, just roll over onto one side, pressing up onto the support of your hands, and we'll slowly move up into our next shape. The next shape we're moving into it's called caterpillar, which is essentially a forward fold shape. So send both legs out long ahead of you. You might have a pillow, blankets, or a bolster, and just place that on top of the legs. You can kind of prop these up quite high, and then hinge your body weight, your torso, lean forward into a folded position. And you'll feel a big opening along the back of the legs, along the hamstrings, the calf muscles, the lower back even. Do your best to relax the muscles around your belly, relax your core, relax the back of the neck, relax your face, and relax your jaw as you begin to soften into this fold. It should come as a real feeling of release and surrender. So you can feel this release in the back line of your body, which is the kidney and bladder meridians, the water element. The water element has a strong theme about letting go, releasing, letting go. So as you let that breath begin to flow in and out, come back to that wave-like awareness, where the breath moves in and out, flowing in and flowing out just like a wave. Rushing over those regions of tension, washing away the debris. Feel all of the muscles of your face, your neck, your shoulders, your jaw relax and let go. Feel yourself slowly and effortlessly letting go. Letting go of rigidity, letting go of fear, letting go of worry, letting go of insecurity, letting go of doubt, letting go of stress or avoidance, letting go of whatever it is you need to release today. You don't even need to cognitively or logically understand it. Just trust the body. Trust this feeling of release that is occurring as you flow in and out with the breath. As you feel yourself anchored into this moment, here and now. And we'll take 5 more big breaths, breathing deep down into the belly. Feel that region up with breath. Breathe up into your chest, up into your lungs. Relax the neck, relax the shoulders as you soften deeper into the stretch. Take 2 more big breaths. Inhale and exhale. 1 more. Inhale and exhale. Begin to rise slowly out of that shape on the next breath in. And from here, we'll set up for a shape I know as waterfall. It's a supported inversion. So if you do not have a bolster or a pillow or a block with you today, you can use a wall and just kind of put your legs up upon a wall for this one and have your hips just sort of leaning against the wall with the legs supported up on the wall, inverted. Or if you do have pillows today or bolsters or blocks, glide a pillow, a bolster or a block underneath your sacrum. So you're going to begin by creating a bridge pose on your back. Palms are down in line with the body. We elevate our hips, creating this bridge-like shape. Then glide that bolster, pillow, block long way, supporting the lower back region. And then ground your lower back onto the pillow or support. Begin to elevate the legs all the way up. So now that the sacrum region is supported by that prop, your legs can comfortably invert. So again, this can be done with the pillows or it can be done just legs up a wall if that is what you've got to work with today. Both variations are very similar and they will give you the same benefits. Let your arms either open out wide or just rest down beside you. And close your eyes as you begin to connect back with the rhythm and the quality of your breath. Breathing in through the nose and taking long emptying breaths out through nose or mouth. Continuing to release, continuing to clear the energy and to let go. Perhaps allowing for this deeper, more vast breath which flows in through the nose and out through the mouth, with every exhalation out the mouth being that opportunity to let go, that opportunity to be here now, to come into acceptance of things as they are now. And sometimes letting go isn't so much about letting go at all, it's more accepting. Finding acceptance for things as they are. It's to come to a place of witnessing the past or whatever it is that's caused you suffering or rigidity or whatever it is that's triggered you, and to just look a little bit deeper. To hold that trigger, hold that lesson, hold that challenge with love, and to rather resist it or avoid it, just lean into it. Lean into the challenge, lean into the lesson with love and acknowledge the growth and the wisdom that lies beneath the challenge itself. That sometimes our deepest challenges can be our deepest portal for growth, for wisdom, and to be that sort of propeller into our expansion, to be that spring that sort of shoots us like a shooting star towards all that we're aiming at or dreaming towards. Sometimes it just looks a little bit different. Sometimes it's the challenges we face that crack us open to a whole new reality that we didn't even know that we were looking for? What are the lessons in the hardships that you're facing? Can you look with love and find the silver linings? Can you look just a little deeper? Can you breathe into those challenges and be with them from a place of presence, from a place of witnessing, and come to a place of acceptance? And as you hold that, from that feeling, from that place of acceptance, you might begin to notice that it helps you to let go. It helps you to acknowledge, it helps you to witness. And in that full acceptance, in bringing it in leaning into it and holding that part of you, that aspect, that challenge with love, you can then finally let it go. But you first must acknowledge it. You first must come from a place of love and acceptance first. So just take as many deep breaths as you need. Big breath in. Long breath out. Rising out of the caterpillar, rising out of the waterfall shape. So to come out of that one, you can let your legs either just draw back through to center, and then either send them all the way down to the earth and carefully release your pillow or block. So just take your time to release the block from below. Or you can take a moment in snail. So if you would just like to release and just be in a rebound here, release all of the props from below, let your palms open out wide and just ground for the next few minutes, continuing that release, continuing that reflection, continuing that state of acceptance, of witnessing of what's apparent for you in this rebound. Or if you'd like to move into a deeper shape, we're moving into a position known as snail. So you can begin to elevate your legs. It's kind of leads you up into a shoulder stand. So we remove all the props out of the way. We ground our elbows down towards the mat. We get our legs inverted, and you're going to rock and roll your legs slowly back and forth, building up some momentum in the core and lower back, till eventually you'll rock your legs all the way up, ground your elbows down, and then catch hold of the lower back or above the hip bones till you end up in this inversion known as your shoulder stand. Once you've come into the stand, you can linger there with the legs inverted for a little while, or otherwise just let your legs move beyond your head. So all the way over your head, you'll get this big opening through the lower back, breathing into the belly, relaxing your face, relaxing your jaw, and keeping your neck as steady and as focused in this position forward as you can. So limiting or not allowing really any movement through the neck, just noticing the sensations and the big opening occurring in the lower back. This is a water element pose. It is a earth element pose. It helps us to ground. It helps us to release. It helps us to move beyond fear and to let it go for good. So relaxing your face, relaxing your jaw, closing the eyes down, and just take 5 big breaths in through the nose. Long sigh out. Big breath in. Long breath out. We'll do a few more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more. Big breath in. Long breath out. Last deep breath in. Long breath out. Slowly, vertebrae by vertebrae, bring your legs back down towards the earth. Imprinting the lower back down towards the earth, removing any blocks from below, relaxing together once again in your rebound. Let your eyes close down, let your body and mind find rest and stillness. Breathe into whatever is present here for you. Taking soft breaths, taking long breaths, allowing the breath to flow in whatever capacity you need it to now. Trust in the wisdom of your breath. And then from here, just beginning to bring both knees in towards your chest. Take the right knee in the left hand and direct the right knee across towards the left side as you lengthen the left leg long. Opening the right arm wide and turn your neck to face the right extended arm. You're in a big spinal twist. If you do need to support the right knee, you could always take a pillow, a bolster or a block underneath that right knee over on the left side of your body. Feel yourself being wrung out like a sponge. Breathe in through the nose and take a long sigh out through nose or mouth. Breathe in through the nose and take a long sigh out through nose or mouth. We'll take 3 more big breaths. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, drawing new energy in. Exhale, letting the old energy empty out. Last one, big breath in and a long breath out. Begin to draw that right knee back through center. Give it a big, nice squeeze with the right hand before releasing it and letting it go. Draw your left knee in towards the chest and catch it with the right hand, letting the right leg lengthen long, and direct the left knee over towards the right side of your body. Open your left arm wide towards the left side and turn your neck to face the left side of your body as the left knee directs over towards the right side. Feel yourself once again wringing out like a sponge. Every inhale feels expansive as the body fills up with breath, as you begin to oxygenate and send fresh blood to all these different tissues, organs, cells of your being, towards the fascia and the connective tissue, towards the joints, anywhere that you need that new energy, that fresh, rejuvenated blood flow, prana and vitality. And every exhale, emptying out stagnant blood, releasing old energy physically and energetically, letting it go. And we'll take 3 more big breaths on this side, breathing in. Long breath out. 2 more big breath in. Long breath out. Last big breath in. Long breath out. Last one. Inhale and exhale. Begin to draw the left knee back through center, giving it a squeeze, and direct the right knee in to meet it. Circle and stir both knees towards your chest from side to side. Taking about 5 more big breaths as you just circle and massage into the lower back region of your body. And taking 1 more big breath in and a long breath out. Releasing yourself down into this rebound on your back once again, moving all the props out of the way and taking a moment just to land here as you are. So whenever you'd like to welcome new energy in, whenever it is you'd like to manifest or call in abundance into your life, first we must let go and we must find acceptance for the things that need to be felt within our being, the triggers, the challenges. We must face and accept all of our hardships and really explore them from a place of love. To welcome in love, we need to come in from that place where we have a full cup to fill up with love. We need to sort of transform the darkness into light and to look for the wisdom in the darkness. Because you cannot have light without the dark. You cannot have one without the other. So we need those lessons to help us to find deeper love and to see the abundance that is present in our lives, to access all that we'd like to manifest. Because if you didn't have the challenges, how would you know what it is you need? How would you know what it is you truly want? or what it is you're needing in this moment on your journey. And often that comes through the hardships. You find what it is that you'd like to be doing instead, what energy you'd like to feel into. So with that feeling of release now, with this new clean slate of 2023, a fresh new start ahead of you, you might now like to reflect on all it is that you'd like to create for yourself this year, all it is you'd like to bring into your world this year, that you'd like to manifest, that you'd like to embody. If you could walk into this year embodying the energy of one powerful word, what would you choose that word to be? Or maybe there's 3 words in your mind. I always like to come into the year just bringing in a theme of power words, as opposed to choosing New Year's resolutions or things like that. I like to just consider the energy of a word that feels good for me. So my words this year are joy, abundance, purpose, and presence. I want to feel joyful. I want to follow my heart and follow my bliss and find all that brings me joy, and to seek joy and to bring joy into all that I do. I want to feel abundant. I want to acknowledge the abundance that is already all around me, which comes through practicing gratitude, taking the time to witness and explore and to really see how much wonder there is already here for me in life, how much I already have in this moment, the beautiful people around me, the nature that is at my doorstep, the opportunities to learn, the opportunities to travel, the opportunities to take charge of my health, the wonderful friends and people I meet, the practice of yoga, being able to move my healthy body. There is so much abundance already here in my life when I take the time to appreciate it and acknowledge it. And the best thing about when we take the time to acknowledge abundance is it just brings more and more abundance to you. So if you are looking to create abundance in your life, first, just acknowledge, take this moment to witness, to explore, to hold gratitude for all of the abundance that is here for you now. How much there really is to be grateful for right here and right now. And we'll just take 3 big grateful breaths, breathing in, long breath out, breathing in, long breath out, last big breath in, and long breath out. Slowly begin to roll over to one side, and we'll press up into our neck shape. So the next shape is quite a heart expanding one. It is known as your camel pose, and it's a big heart opening back bend. So there's a few different ways you can do it. We're going to press up into a position where we're high up, just on our knees with our feet behind us, untucked. And then tuck your toes under as you find this position. Place one hand on the lower back, fingertips just pointing down towards your bottom, and then place the other hand on the lower back as well. So I want you to begin to imagine or even physically feel into a magnetism that is occurring at your heart space. Like your heart has got this full opening magnetism that's pulling you forward, and it's going to guide the way. Your heart, your joy, your light, your love is going to lead the way forward from here. You're moving out of your head and out of worry and fear and doubt into a heart fueled consciousness. So dropping your awareness down into that heart space and start to feel a magnetism that moves through your heart. But the generator of this heart is actually down at the solar plexus. So as you move the support of your hands down into the lower back, and then you'll start to feel the core ignite, your belly pushes forward, the lower back activates, the heart opens. So as you start to feel into the support that you can create in your lower back. Lean into the support, opening up that power center of your solar plexus. Bring the energy of your sacral solar plexus all the way up towards your heart. Feel the magnetism of your intention. Feel it just soften and land in your heart, whatever that word is for you. Maybe it's joy, maybe it's abundance, maybe it's purpose or pleasure, whatever it is. Let that sit in your heart space now as a shooting star, and we're going to propel it forward into the universe, into the cosmos, into the void of potential. Take a big breath in, lean into the support of your hands and open it up. Open up your throat. Feel that magnetism. It's like you've just slungshot that intention out into the void, out into the cosmos, out into the universe. Take a big breath in and a long breath out. 2 more. Inhale. Feel into that support. Exhale, shoot it out. 1 more. Inhale. Exhale, shoot it forward. Release your hands slowly and soften back down into your seat. So now you're just in a kneeling seiza if that is comfortable. Place one hand on your heart, the other down on your solar plexus. Noticing now, breathing into your body now, breathing into whatever is present. Acknowledging the abundance that is already here for you. Acknowledging that you already have everything you need within you. You create your reality. You are the one who takes action on your goals, who sets the goals into action, who creates the momentum, who finds the courage to lean in and take charge, to take the lead, to try new things, to take the leap, to take the risk, to try a new door, to close one door and to have the courage to open another, to believe that you have the capability to start again at any opportunity. You can move, you can change, you can choose again. You have the power, and it lies within your hands, within your body, and within your energy. All of this energy is here within your body. Taking just 3 more big breaths, breathe into that potential, breathe into that powerful energy that flows through your body. Breathe it up into your heart. And on the exhale, just surround yourself in that energy. Big breath in, feel that energy move in and up towards your heart, and then sort of move up towards the top of the head, and it just waterfalls all the way around your body, around your pokpo, this sort of aura around you of beautiful prana and chi. 1 more big breath in and a long breath out. Now we're going to do 1 more camel pose, if you're comfortable to go there. If not, just breathe here where you are in whatever shape feels comfortable. Keep witnessing, keep exploring what's present. So this time you have the option to take another camel in the same variation that we just did with the hands on the lower back. Or if you're comfortable with back bends, you can bring the fingertips to your feet and go all the way for a really big back bend. Now, if you tuck your toes under, it's going to lessen the intensity of the back bend, so just like this. But if you're comfortable with back bends, you can flatten your feet. Listen to your body. If you're not comfortable doing this, you have no need to do it. Only if you feel comfortable, come into this deeper stretch. Now, we're going to start up on the knees. Our toes are tucked or flat to the mat. You're taking your right hand out to an imaginary bar and the left hand follows. So as those hands come to the bar, your core will switch on, the lower back starts to activate. You've again got that magnetism at the heart. Take a big breath in, focus on the energy in the lower back, propelling your heart forward, and then wrap that right arm around. It can catch the right heel. Now, if that's feeling comfortable, you can bring the left hand around. Otherwise, just bring the right hand back up to the bar and then take the left hand around. So you're either doing singles, inhale left hand to the bar, exhale right hand around to your feet, inhale right hand back to the bar, alternating, or both hands are now on your feet. You activate that lower back, activate your core, propel your heart forward like a shooting star, and take 3 big breaths. Open up your throat. Big breath in through the nose. Long sigh out. Let your dreams, let that intention shoot out into the universe. Big breath in. Long breath out. 1 more. Inhale. Exhale. Now we take our right hand back to the imaginary bar. Left hand follows, big breath in, and then slowly come out of the back bend, drop back into this kneeling Seiza position on your knees. If you're comfortable to stay here, one hand to the belly, the other to the heart, or come to a seated position, that works. Otherwise, close your eyes down, take a moment to witness the effect. Big breath in, long breath out. Big breath in, long breath out. You've got one more big breath in, long emptying breath out. And then slowly find your way out of this position on the knees and come down onto your back for our final rebound. Close your eyes, move all the props out of the way, just grounding in the space, grounding in your body. Breathing in through the nose and breathing out through nose or mouth, deepening your breath, deepening your connection. Coming back to the energy of your intention for perhaps this practice, this day, this moment. How would you like to feel today? What energy would you like to work with today? What word moves through your heart? And maybe this comes from looking back. Last year I felt lonely, so this year I'm seeking more connection. Or last year I felt uncreative or bored, so I'm looking for more creativity. Last year I felt sad, so I'm looking for more joy. Sometimes the hardships and the challenges can be that propeller forward into what it is that we'd like to create. Another one of my intentions this year is purpose, to bring purpose to all that I do, to feel that I'm living my purpose, that I'm living my Dharma, and to be mindful, to bring purpose and presence and power, and to do everything I am doing with all of my heart, to be there fully, to be there on purpose with intention, to bring inspired intention to all that I do. And finally, I have presence, to bring my presence, which links in with purpose for me, to be present, to be mindful, to listen more, and to learn more from each experience that I'm gifted, each day, each moment, and to remember that each moment is a gift. It can be taken from you at any moment. So what would you like to show up embodying? If today was your last day, how would you spend it? What would be important to you? What would be your lineage that you'd like to leave? How would you like to be remembered? And then that comes from the energy of these words. So just taking 5 more big breaths as you perhaps contemplate the words that are resonant with your energy, resonant with your heart. Maybe the goals you'd like to set for yourself, things you'd like to achieve. And when you really drop into the energy of your heart, you'll realize that the little things really are the big things. That really you'll want to just spend more time with people you love. You want to feel more joyful. You want to feel more present. You want to feel courageous. And all of this comes from taking the time to go inward and to explore the energy of your heart, and also to take that time in reflection to release and to let go where you need to come back to equilibrium, to come back to harmony, and to come back to balance within yourself. You might like to reflect on an animal totem you'd like to work with this year. Perhaps this animal embodies the qualities that you would like to bring into your world. For example, the tiger or the cats, the puma, it leaps forward towards its dreams. It leaps towards its prey with no hesitation. It goes for what it wants. It is proud, it is bold, it is courageous, it takes risks. It is a powerful animal. Maybe that is the energy you need to work with. Perhaps the energy that you're looking for is in more of a gentle species like the butterfly that is spiritual, that goes through its own metamorphosis, that is graceful, that is beautiful, that remembers you to slow down and enjoy the little things in life, to enjoy nature, to be in nature more. Just taking 3 more big breaths as maybe that power animal, that totem of any variety. It might even be a goddess, an angel or a goddess that embodies the qualities you'd like to bring into your world. Or a flower like the rose, the flower of love, or a frangipani, which to me is all about play and joy and lightness and the beach and the ocean. Where are the places you'd like to go this year? How would you like to spend your energy? Who would you like to be around this year? Take 3 more big breaths. Or even if not this year, what energy are you embodying today? And how can you bring that more into your world? How can you leave a little sparkle wherever it is you go? How can you be more present? How can you show up from your heart and acknowledge its whispers, to listen to your intuition more and let that heart guide the way, shooting you forward towards your dharma, your purpose, your dreams, your mission in this life like a shooting star when you lean into the support of your heart. Closing the eyes down on ground in the next few minutes, just now in Shavasana, relaxing into that new energy, bringing it into every breath, infusing it into the body, infusing it into this universe within, this universe around. All that you'd like to acknowledge, all that you'd like to witness and accept and release, and all that you'd like to manifest, hold gratitude for, and the abundance that is coming to you, that is already all around you, and the intentions that you're creating for yourself and for others. Deep breaths. Relaxing your face, relaxing your jaw. Let the entire body soften into this new energy. Let the entire body relax. And if you'd like to stay here for longer today, feel free to just ground and be here in Shavasana for as long as you need to take that time out of your day for yourself, or maybe even take some time to do some journaling after. Otherwise, just slowly start to find your way out of this shape when you feel ready. So you can roll over onto one side, bring your knees in for a cuddle, circling and stirring. Lengthen the legs long, reach your arms above you, point the fingers, point the toes, take a full breath in. And a long sigh out. 2 more like that, big breath in. Long sigh out. Last big breath in. And exhale, let it go. Rolling over to one side and slowly find your way up to a seated position. Thank you so much for practicing. And as I've said earlier, if you feel that desire to journal your goals or journal and reflect upon the year that's been, feel free to do that. After practice, it can stir up a lot of energy, it can bring up a lot of stagnant emotion, it can ignite new energy. So it can be a great time to just sit and journal. It can be a great time to go for a walk in reflection and to contemplate these new energies you've opened up to. And also feel free to share this practice, to comment, to like, to come back to it, even if it is not the new year. It's always a great time to reflect upon intentions or energy that you'd like to welcome in. It's something that I do regularly within my yoga practice anyway. I think it's always important to reflect on the goals you have, what it is you'd like to let go of, and what it is you'd like to release, and to just be with yourself and honor and hold reverence for whatever it is that you're traversing, because every day, every moment is different, and we're all on completely different paths and completely different journeys in life. So be tender with yourself and take that time to give back to yourself and to nourish yourself. I promise you that the more that you take this time out for yourself, the more that you'll be able to give to everything that you do, and you'll start to feel that energy reflect and radiate out into your life, and you'll see that bigger impact over time. I promise. These kind of practices have absolutely changed my life, and it's just come through reflecting and holding space for intuition and holding space for what's present and going in and feeling the energy that needs to be felt, so it doesn't come out in more, erratic ways. So it doesn't come out as an anger outburst somewhere because you've not had that time to just let it go and feel into what's present. Sometimes these practices can also bring up big emotions. You might find that you're crying or you're upset or you're angry. Just acknowledge it as energy that's moving in. It's energy in motion, emotion. It's moving in and out to be witnessed, to be explored and felt. So if it does come up, take that time to just place a hand on your heart, feel into where the energy is, breathe into it in the same way, and then just let it go. Anyway, thank you so much. I love your feedback. I love your likes and everything. So I'll try to do more of these when I can. Thank you. Goodbye.